In today's video, we're going to be going over AudioKit Pro's limited edition app, the Sub-Bass 808 synth. Hey guys, what's going on? It's JP here. Welcome to the channel. If you've never been here before and you want to learn all about music tech and looping, start now by hitting the subscribe button, click that bell, and you won't miss anything. So today I'm going to be having a look at AudioKit Pro's brand new limited edition synth, which is the 808 bass. Matthew from AudioKit sent out a post about bringing out a series of limited edition synthesizers. Him and his team have been working on 10 limited edition apps, and the initial idea was to make each of these limited edition apps available for a limited amount of time, a little bit like limited edition vinyl. And they initially wanted it only running for about 2 weeks, but because of what's happening with people staying at home, they've extended that to 8 weeks. It's currently $2.99 on the App Store. The extension of 8 weeks is to make sure everyone can get in on the fun. And Matthew did a really lovely thing in the blog. He said, if you've lost your job because of the situation and you really want an AudioKit app, then email him personally and he'll look at getting you a code. How lovely is that? Just so you're aware, this is an iPad-only app at the moment, and we're going to jump into that right now and show you the user interface. So when you load Sub-Bass 808, this is the main interface that you have. A couple of things to note. This is very, very similar to Synth 1, but with less information on the top half of the screen. We're going to go through the user interface and I'm going to show you all the different parts, starting with the top bar. So where you can see we have main, which is the main part of all the controls like master, length, modulation, glide, and distort. And then when you click more, you've got tuning, envelope, crush, filter, and limiter. Also, you've got the lo-fi bit depth. We'll go into that a little bit later. Next door to that, we have the preset that you've chosen. So if we tap on there, we can actually go into each preset. So we've got all these different ones here. We have save, which obviously if you make changes, you can then save that as a new preset. Panic, simply if the app crashes or the MIDI keys are playing when you haven't played anything, you can hit panic and it will stop everything. And about is about the actual app itself, about AudioKit Pro, and this is the limited edition Sub-Bass 808 synthesizer. At the bottom half, we've got the actual keypad where we can start playing. And as you can see there on the top section, which we're going to go over in a minute, when you play something, you can see an input and an output volume. The bottom half section of the keyboard is very, very similar to the keyboard in Synth 1. It's a keyboard, it's really nice big keys, and you have a pitch and mod wheel. You also have settings, Bluetooth, keys, velocity, wheel, hold, MIDI learn, and then the octaves. By pressing on each one, you can actually change it, so we can put the keys in white or dark. We can have the octave range as 3 octaves, but obviously it makes it a little bit shorter, or 1 octave, and the keys are nice and big. You can even label all the keys so you know exactly which key you're going to be pressing. Very, very useful. Bluetooth is if you want to use any Bluetooth LE devices. If you've got a Bluetooth LE keyboard, then you can use that, and you can have that obviously wireless. In settings, you've got the MIDI channel, you've got always on, don't sleep, also background audio as well. You can turn that on if you want to use it in a DAW. And you've got the buffer size. And with the buffer size, it gives you advice if you raise the buffer, if you hear crackles. Simple as that. Hold is a little bit like a sustain pedal. So if I press hold, it will hold the keys in place, and then tap it, it'll let go. MIDI learn, you can actually change the modulation and the master, the length, all the different options there. So we've got them open at the moment, and then I could assign that to a controller or fader or knob on my controller keyboard. I just want to talk about this very top bar in the middle here, which is this section where at the moment it says MIDI learn off because I've just turned MIDI learn off. You'll notice when you actually change a couple of things, or if you press things, certain things, there you go, MIDI learn, touch a knob to assign, and then if I turn it, it says MIDI learn off. It's a little bit like a little indicator just to say what's happening. But again, if you tap it, it is where the presets live. So the presets I've got a couple of different presets here. And there's quite a few, as you can see. Now the great thing is with AudioKit Pro is if you make a preset, you can actually make that available for other people to use. So for this example, I'm just going to use FM Opt 5 Fire. This is a quite nice sound, and it slides up when you go to the next note. So let's talk about the main part here. We've got master, which is the master volume, the length in seconds. Is literally how long that will play for. And as you can see, as I'm changing that in the top center, you can see the actual seconds come up, which is really useful. Modulation. And time. And then we've got glide. Now glide obviously is from one note to another. Then we've got distort. And then we've also got super sustain as well. One of the main parts of this is the source algorithm that's underneath. This currently says FM operator 05. If we give this a tap across, so you can really change the sound of every single preset. This is not sampling, this is a synthesizer, so therefore we can actually manipulate the sound of the 808 bass, which is really, really nice. When we click on more at the top, we go over to a couple of more things. So we've got tuning. We've got the envelope for attack and release. We've got the crush rate. And then we've got a filter for cutoff and res as well. Imagine if you had this connected to a MIDI controller, you could control the cutoff while you're playing and actually create a really, really cool noise. As well. Finally, you have a limiter, which is called Smash. Underneath that, we've got the lo-fi bit depth, which is at 16 bits, but we can bring this down if you want to go old school. And you've got 6. So one of the great things about this is because it's a synthesizer, we can create a whole new array of sounds. We don't have to rely on samples. So if I go into here, we can actually rename this one if we want to. We can duplicate it, and then we can start messing with the duplication and then rename that. And it's already renamed it as copy. And we can also export it out. So we can save these presets and give them to other people, which is really, really clever. If we do a completely new preset, then it just starts there, and we're now currently on 168. And then you can also import a preset as well. So if you do have presets that are for 808 bass, or if you've got presets that other people have made for it, you can grab them and throw them straight in. The final one is reorder, and of course you can just reorder them in the order you want, and just click I'm done, and then you're done. Now the last little bit I want to show you is on the top right hand corner is About. If you go to About, there are a couple of things. First of all, the information about the limited edition Bass 808, and it is obviously app drop number 1 of 10. I'm quite looking forward to the other 9 as well. And it shows you the version, obviously, if there's updates to it. There's app information on the website, video tutorials. You can email the AudioKit Pro team, and then on the right hand side there you can access more apps, and you can even join the newsletter, which I have done. I'd really recommend clicking that button and joining the newsletter, and then you're going to know when these limited edition apps are going to be coming out. So that's the 808 sub bass. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. I personally really like the slide knob where you can actually dictate how long it takes to slide from one note to another. I think I'll be using that quite a bit. If you're familiar with AudioKit Synth 1, then you'll be very, very familiar with this and you'll get up and running really quickly. If not, go and have a look at Synth 1 as well. It's a fantastic synthesizer, and I think personally one of the best synthesizers on iOS. If you do like the content of this video and you found it useful, then please tell me, give me a thumbs up, and that really helps the channel grow. If you want to help me a little bit further, then you can do that by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com. All the links are in the description box below. And if you liked a few of my videos and you haven't yet, then please consider subscribing to the channel as well. Click that bell and you won't miss when the next video comes out. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.